Hi everyone. In this video, we are going to learn how to find the HCF of powers. So in the previous videos, we have discussed how to find HCF, but in this video, we are going to particularly discuss how can we find the HCF of powers. So it is now a trending question in the recent SSA, railway and PSC kind of examinations, that finding the HCF of powers rather than numbers. So in this video, we are going to learn that. So we can move on to a question. Find the HCF of 2 raised to 36 minus 1 and 2 raised to 45 minus 1. So how can we find the HCF of these numbers? First of all, we want to write 2 as it is and find the HCF of the powers 36 and 45 and then minus 1. So how can we find the HCF of 36 and 45? So the one method to find the HCF of any number is to subtract those numbers. Subtracting those numbers, we would get 9. The HCF would be either a factor of 9, like 3 or 1, or 9 itself. We can check whether 9 is the HCF of these numbers. So 9 would go in 36 and 45, so 9 would be the HCF of this number, and minus 1. So 2 raised to 9 minus 1. What would be the answer of 2 raised to 9? So we knew that 2 raised to 5 would be 32. So 2 raised to 6 would be 64. 2 raised to 7 would be 128. 2 raised to 8 would be 256. 2 raised to 9 would be 512. No, nothing has to be worried. If you want to find 2 raised to 9, it's really simple. We want to multiply 2 9 times. 2 into 2 into 2 into like 9 times. So by multiplying it, you would get 512 and subtract it with 1. So 512 minus 1 would be 511. So the HCF of 2 raised to 36 minus 1 and 2 raised to 45 minus 1 would be 511. Move to the next question. Find the HCF of 3 raised to 15 minus 1 and 3 raised to 18 minus 1. How can we do it? So first of all, we want to write 3, then HCF of these numbers would be 15 and 18. So minus 1. So how can we find it using that method? 18 minus 5 would be 3. So the highest common factor would be 3. 3 raised to 3 minus 1. So 3 raised to 3 would be 9 and minus 1 would be 8. So it is that simple. We can move on to the next question. Answer. So 3 raised, not 3, 5. 5 raised to 20 minus 16. So HCF of 20 and 16 and minus 1. So 5 raised to HCF of 20 and 60 would be 4. Because 4 is the highest common multiple that can be divisible with 20 and 14. So 5 raised to 4 minus 1. So how can we find 5 raised to 4? 5 into 5. 5 square would be 25. 25 into 5 would be 125, and 125 into 5 would be 625. 625 minus 1 would be 624. So 624 would be the answer. We can move to a last and final question, and it is a kind of a tricky question. 3 raised to 29 minus 9 and 3 raised to 38 minus 9. How can we find it? So 3 raised to 29, and what is the relation of 3 with 9? The square of 3 would be 9, and then 3 raised to 38 minus, what is the relation of 3 with 9? Square. 3 square. Then what we want to do next is to take here in both cases 3 square is common. So 3 square taken from this would be 3 square and 3 raised to 27 minus 1. Because you are taking 9 from it, so 3 square into 1 would be 3 square, which is 9. And from 38, 3 square is taken from it. So when 3 square is taken, it would be left with 3 raised to 36. From 38, we are taking 2 out of it. So 3 raised to 36 minus 1. In the next step, we want to find the HCF of these numbers. So HCF of 3 square and into 3 square would be in the outer portion, because 3 square is taken as a common out, and 3 square and into 3 raised to HCF, like we have done before, into 27 and 36, not 29 and 38, 27 and 36 minus 1. So how can we find it? HCF is equal to 3 square into 3. What would be the HCF of 27 and 36? 36 minus 27 would be 9. So 3 raised to 9 minus 1. So we have done like this. Then we want to find the HCF, or the how can we find the HCF is equal to 3 raised to 3 square would go inside. So 3 square would go inside would be 3 raised to 11, and minus 3 square into 9 would be 1 would be 9. So in the last step, 3 square would go inside and it would become 3 raised to 11, and 3 square would multiply both numbers. 3 square into 3 raised to 9 would be 3 raised to 11, and 3 square into 1 would be 3 square, and the 3 square's value would be 9. The HCF of this number would be 3 raised to 11 minus 9. I would once more explain it. HCF of 3 raised to 29 minus 9 and 3 raised to 38 minus 9. Here it's not 1. If it is 1, we can do it in these kind of methods, but if it is 9, we want to change our method. So 3 raised to 29 minus for me 9 would be 3 square. So 3 raised to 29 minus 3 square into 3 raised to 38 minus 3 raised to 2. So 3 raised to 2 and 3 raised to 2 are common in both the numbers, so we can common out, take out 3 raised to 3 square from it. So 3 square when taken out would be 3 square into, from 29 it would just become 27 as 2 is taken out from it. So 3 raised to 27 minus 1 into, then 3 square would taken out from 3 raised to 38 minus 3 square. 3 square into 2 taken from 38 would be 38 minus 2 would be 3 raised to 36 minus 1. 1 would be 3 square is taken from there. So 3 square into 1 would be 3 square. So 1 would be there. So here in these brackets there is 3 raised to 27 minus 1 and 3 raised to 36 minus 1. So we can do it in the upper methods. So HCF is equal to 3 raised to 3 square would remain like that, and into 3 raised to HCF of, we can take the HCF of 27 and 36, so and minus 1. So 3 square into 3 raised to 9 minus 1. So how can we do it? 3 square would be multiplied with 3 raised to 9 and 3 raised to 9 and 1. So 3 square when multiplied with 3 raised to 9 would be 3 raised to 11 minus 3 square into 1 would be 3 square, which is 9. So the HCF would be 3 raised to 11 minus 9. So these are the questions that are frequently asking in the recent competitive examinations. It has become a trend now to ask these kinds of questions and avoiding the past number like questions. So if you like this video, please share it with your friends, and thank you.